Hello guys, or welcome back to the Mission Empowered podcast with me, your out of breath host, Emily, and today we are talking about going on holiday and how to have a good mindset around going on holiday without pressing the fucking button. Now, wow, I might have to stand up and record this podcast, you know, girls, genuinely. So, 32 and a half weeks pregnant. Right, the desk is going up. We're going to try and record this pod standing up. Oh, wait, or is that a terrible idea? Oh, I should have sorted this out, shouldn't I, before I press record? Anyway, it all makes for a laugh. Let's stand up and see how we get on. Right, that'll do. Hey guys, welcome back to the Mission Empowered podcast. So, 32 and a half weeks pregnant, out of breath. Sometimes not even doing anything, just get out of breath. And it's hot. It's the 1st of August. I think yesterday was meant to be like the hottest day of the year or something like that. So hot, pregnant, out of breath. Not the best combo I've ever heard in my life. But here we are. We are still committed to the cause. Loving, and I do the podcast because I love it. And hopefully when the baby's here, she can come on and we'll interview her and we'll see how she's getting on with me as a mum. But no, I really do want to keep the podcast up. So yeah, like I said, 32 and a half weeks. Not long to go now. But less about me, more about you. This episode is all about how to enjoy your holiday with a healthy perspective. Because how many of us have gone on holiday and thought, I've dieted really hard, I'm going to go on holiday and I'm going to press the magical fucking button. I'm going to undo all my hard work. And this could be a conscious thing or a subconscious thing. Like you could go on holiday and think, I am going to not do anything. I'm going to lie on my arse. I'm going to eat all the food. Like, if you love doing that, that's fine. As long as you then don't moan about it when you come back. And you don't moan, oh, I feel like shit. Like, I wish I hadn't done that, because then we have an issue, right? This is more for the girls or the women that struggle, because that mentality that I've just touched on is the mentality that they've had for years and years and years, but they don't want it anymore. They want to go on holiday, and I get this so much, and they be like, but I don't want to, feel like I'm on a diet on holiday. I don't want to feel like I have to do things on holiday. I know, I get that. So this episode is going to be covering how to have that balance of, yes, we know you're on holiday and you want to enjoy yourself and you want to relax, but also, no, you don't want to undo all the hard work that you've done to improve healthy habits, maybe improve how you feel about your body. And, you don't want to come back feeling like shit. So let's get into it. Okay, so when we go on holiday, the first point we're going to cover is mindset before we go. Okay, it's if you tell yourself every time I go on holiday, I put a stone on. I have no willpower when I'm on holiday. I start boozing at 11 a.m. on holiday. I don't move when I'm on holiday. These are all things called self-fulfilling prophecy. And if you're an avid podcast listener, you would have heard me spoke about this before. A self-fulfilling prophecy is what we say, what comes out our mouth comes into our life. It's we are reconfirming to ourselves with our own narrative, okay? So if you tell yourself you're going to put a stone on, you've got no willpower, you eat loads of shit on holiday, all of them things are more than likely going to happen. But if you start telling yourself, actually, on this holiday, I'm going to be a bit selective. I actually feel really good eating well. So on holiday, we'll get to the food part in a minute, but on holiday, I'm going to continue to eat well, but I'm also not going to deprive myself. Okay? That self-fulfilling prophecy, that self-narrative is going to see you have a much more successful holiday of not coming back feeling terrible, beating yourself up, undoing all your results, compared to the one where you tell yourself, oh, you always fuck it up, So, honestly, girls, I wish you could see what I'm doing. I'm just going to move my chair so I can just lean on it, maybe. Oh, fun times. Right. So, self-fulfilling prophecy is the first one. Remember, the story that you tell yourself is the story that's going to come through. The second one is a little bit of an opposition, okay, of what the title of this podcast called. It's called how to go on holiday with healthy habits or not lose your healthy habits. I haven't decided on the full title yet. But it's being grateful. It's being, don't be consumed that you are going to mess this holiday up. Be consumed by the fact that you are getting to go on holiday. Okay? There are a lot of people that can't go on an abroad holiday, that can't take time off work to go on holiday. You're not one of them. I'm guessing because you listen to this podcast, you are going on holiday. So, you know, be consumed by gratitude that you get to go and relax and have time off and have the opportunity to try different foods, to have some luxurious cocktails, you know. Be full of gratitude that you get to do that first and foremost, okay? And don't let that first feeling be, oh my God, I'm going to undo all my hard work. What a spoiled mindset that is that we have this holiday that we get to enjoy and we're concerned about, oh, you know, I'm going to mess it up. Okay, so first and foremost, you're going on holiday. That is also going to remove the focus from being on food, drink, movement, how we look, which, you know, again, it's fine to be excited by like the food, especially, you know, if you're going to an all-inclusive and you've got lots of different restaurants, of course you're going to be excited by it, but it just shouldn't be the one thing that we are like, I'm going on holiday and I'm really excited about the food, end of story, like I'm not bothered about anything else, okay? Then we've got a little issue. Okay, and then, like I said, following on from the mindset being having gratitude, this holiday you're about to go on is literally going to be what? 1 to 2 weeks out of 52 of the year. Out of 52 weeks, you're worried. This is illogical. We love that word because I think we made it up. You're worried that you've been working, let's say you've been working hard in the gym, doing your diet, doing your healthy habits for 4 months before you go away. So let's do quick math. 4, 8, 12, 16. Let's say about 17, 18 weeks, okay? Some months have 5 weeks in. So you've been working hard for 18 weeks and you are worried that in 1 week you're going to undo 18 weeks of hard work. Logically, use your big girl brain. Does that make sense? It doesn't, does it? It doesn't make sense that out of 1 or even 2 weeks compared to 18, okay, it doesn't make sense. You would have to literally, God, I'm trying to think, sit at a table and eat and drink consecutively for hours and hours and hours, the most indulgent, rich food, drink for the whole of them 7 days to really, 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 really undo some hard work. Now think about it. What do we do when we're on holiday? We sunbathe, we go for walks, we walk to restaurants, we normally have 3 meals. Okay, we might have a packet of crisps on the balcony after our shower, but like, we don't sit for hours on end and do no sunbathing and anything else. So the likelihood of you doing undoing 18 weeks worth of work in 1 to 2 weeks, fucking minimal, okay? Okay, so mindset then. Mindset around the holiday, like I said, I just want to go over this again to make sure I'm really clear on it. The thing that you'll do first of all is that self-fulfilling prophecy. That is what is going to mess you up first and foremost. If you tell yourself you're going to mess this holiday coming up, you probably will. If you tell yourself, well, actually, I'm going to keep in some healthy habits like I'm recommended, have a little bit of what I fancy, and actually I'll be fine, then great. Then you'll be fine. That's the type of mindset. Gratitude, be grateful for the holiday you're about to go on, not about stressing about the food and drink that you're about to consume, okay? And then remember, 1 to 2 weeks out of 52 of the year, or even 1 to 2 weeks compared to the last, say, 4 months you've been trying to improve your healthy habits, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to completely undo it, okay? So let logic kick in, have a little sigh of relief and think, oh yeah, mentally, if I get my head in the right game, it's going to be fine. Now, let's move into action points, okay? How do we physically keep these healthy habits in? I always like to cover mindset first because I think our mind is the healthiest habit that we can have, right? So, physically though, what can we do on holiday? Now, I always say to my clients, give them the option. Let's talk about workout first. So, some of my clients, right, okay, actually, you know what? It's not even talking about clients. Let's talk about me and Ollie. Because we are a prime example. Ollie loves going to the gym when we're on holiday. I couldn't be less interested. I know, sounds crazy because of what I do for my job, right? But I train all year round, okay? I'm not very good at home having breaks from the gym. Okay, so we should be having little breaks from the gym every now and again. So even if it's good for our mentality, it's good for our adherence, good for our motivation, just to tailor it or maybe do something different for a week. I'm not very good because I love routine when I'm at home. Okay, so if I'm at home, I love going to the gym. For me, when I go on holiday, that is the time that I am like, I don't go to the gym, it's my rest. I then come back from holiday. I feel really motivated to get back into the gym. I feel really well rested. I'm so out of breath. Wow. So for me, I'm not a workout kind of gal when I am on holiday, okay? Ollie, on the other hand, loves it. He loves getting up in the morning, going to the gym, doing his little workout. But again, when we're at home, Ollie will take weeks off from the gym at home, whereas I can't do that. So the point that I'm trying to make it, there's no right or wrong. Like, if you want to go on holiday and not work out, that's so fine, you know. You don't have to work out on holiday. The only time that I like to work out is if I'm probably away for 2 weeks. I like to go and do a little workout because I get a bit of like itchy feet, but in my head about working out, you know. So I'll just go and do like a circuit or some weights. Don't really follow a program and just move my body how I like to do it. Now we're talking about workouts here. We're not talking about moving our body. We're getting on to that point next, right? So Ollie likes to work out. I don't. Whatever you want to do is totally okay. And like I said, I give my clients the option. Do you want to work out? Because again, the last thing you want to do, if you don't want to work out and you go on holiday and you're forcing yourself to work out, you're taking that enjoyment away from that holiday that you've worked so hard for. Okay, so make a decision. Do I want to work out? Do I not want to work out? Then we're going to talk about being active, because being active isn't really, or shouldn't really be, not necessarily a choice, that's the wrong word. Like, it shouldn't be a chore. I know sometimes workouts can be a chore and pain in the ass and we can't be arsed, but we get them done, okay? But being active is such a variation of walking, swimming, and walking, swimming, yoga. I nearly just chopped myself off them. You know, doing freaking like the random things that they have at hotels, archery, trying new things, yeah? I would always recommend to do stuff like that. So, again, just bringing it back to me and all, okay? Ollie loves going to the gym, fucking hates walking on holiday. I am like, I really want to go and see this church. I really want to go and walk into this town. So I am still active and annoying on holiday. But for me, it's totally different. So I like to get up in the morning, do some yoga, because I love mobility, especially if you're flying somewhere. Flying can take its toll on your body for like 2-3 days of like stiffening up, dehydration, doing some mobility, getting moving. Oh, it just feels so good. So for me, the way that I stay active on holidays is I get up and I do some mobility. You can do this next to the bed, on the balcony, outside, find a little corner in your hotel. I always recommend doing a little bit of yoga, or just mobility. It doesn't have to be yoga, just moving your body. And then being active, so going for a walk and just saying to yourself, right, there's a restaurant at the end of the beach, let's walk to the restaurant and let's walk back. You would be surprised on holiday how easy it is to rack your steps up. Now, sometimes I wear my watch, sometimes I don't, because, you know, tan lines. Actually, more often than not, I don't wear my watch on holiday. But sometimes if we're doing a hike, like if we find like a mountain that we want to climb, or a hill or something like that, I'll put my watch on, because I just like to geek out and see how many steps I do. But 9 times out of 10, I don't want to look like a spy kid on holiday, so I don't wear my watch. By the way, I wear this watch because I have to for my steps. I hate wearing this watch. I think it looks like a spy kid. It's not my vibe. Anyway, isn't that a funny fact? Because I know some people love it and wear it to like weddings and parties and nights out, and I just am like, no, pass me my gold watch, like, please, thank you. Right, so yeah, steps. So again, watch on holiday. Wear it, don't wear it, it's totally up to you. I like to wear it if I'm going on big walks, because I'm like I said, I'm interested. So being active on holiday, okay, really good healthy habit to keep in. It doesn't have to look like what being active looks like at home, but I would highly recommend, if you can do something every day that is swimming, walking, bit of mobility in the morning, and try and do it every day as part of your routine. Now, I've written here, try and do it in the morning. because we have more willpower in the morning, it tends to be less hot in the morning. You then are not thinking, you've had a glass of wine with lunch, oh shit, I've got to go and do a walk now. Because again, that is more of a I've got to rather than I get to, okay? So think about this, you know, you get up in the morning, you get to walk to the beach, go and put your feet in the sea, and like how lovely is that? And you come back, you feel better because you've got your body moving, you mentally feel better because you've got your body moving, and then you have the whole day to like chill, and you know, if you are a bit of a sunbather, you then get to lie down because you've done a bit of activeness in the morning. Activeness, we're going to use that as a word as well, I think so. So yeah, being active is definitely a habit I want you to pick up and try and implement as much as you can when you're on your holidays. Next one. Okay, before we go into food then, which is obviously the biggie, we're just going to talk about a little phrase that I want you to keep, okay? When you go on holiday and the food is aplenty and the drinks are aplenty and you've got no work to get up for and no one's doing the dishes, your kids can have as much chicken nuggets as they want, but you don't have to cook it, you get to have whatever you want. This is what I want you to think. You are going to add in, you are not going to replace or take away. Okay, so one of the things that people come back off holiday and feel really bad, and like feel like quite unhealthy, quite lethargic, quite stodgy, is because they've been eating before they went away a high protein diet, a high fibre diet, lots of fruit and vegetables. As soon as they got on holiday, they just have beige sandwiches, chips, pasta, pizza, burger, yeah? All of this stuff that they haven't been eating at home, which is why they felt so good at home, they now feel they are now replaced their diet with beige, high processed stuff that sticks in your butt, stuff that sticks in your gut, okay? Stuff that doesn't give us good energy. That's why a lot of people feel crappy when they come home. Right, girls, we're sitting down again. The desk is moving. How funny. I definitely think it's the heat that's getting to me, by the way. It's making me feel more breathless. Right, hello. So, going back to what I was saying, add in, don't take away. So I want you to have the mindset of, right, I'm going to stick to when I'm choosing my food, I still want to have, you know, the protein in there. So maybe my chicken, my fish, my steak, whatever. I want to have my veggies in there, so whether that's a side salad, some vegetables, some fruit with my lunch. But then, if I want some chips, I'm definitely going to have the chips. If I want some pizza, I'm going to get the pizza, I'm going to get a side salad with it. You know, if I want the burger, okay, I'll have the burger, but maybe for my dinner, I'm definitely going to make sure I have some veggies with it, or have my fruit after my burger, okay? It's not about saying you can't eat X, Y, and Z on holiday. It's about adding in, not taking away. Now, you don't have to be as anal as what you were before you went. Obviously, you know, tracking calories, I wouldn't recommend to do that on holiday. I would recommend, again, to have a break, trust yourself, give yourself back the confidence that you can eat like an actual adult and that you're not going to be like, oh my God, I'm not tracking, so it doesn't count. I really hope no one has that attitude, okay? It can be hard when it is all-inclusive. I'm just going to touch on this because even I did this in Lanzarote, right? Lanzarote always makes me feel sick now. I think it was just because it was when I found out I was pregnant, and I think I had like severe shock for the whole time we were there. Every time I think about it, it makes me feel very uneasy. Anywho, all-inclusive holiday, okay? When you have been dieting, you go on holiday, and you are then presented with an all-inclusive, you are like a kid in a sweet shop. I know, I am too, okay? And what do you do on the first day that you get to an all-inclusive? Be funny to hear if anyone else does this, okay? You look at every single station and you go, oh, I want a bit of that. Oh, I want a bit of that. Oh, I want a bit of that. And you sit down and you've got a plate full of random shit. It's not even a meal, okay? Get out your system on you. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. Get it out your system on your first day, okay? And then, if you are all-inclusive, then say to yourself the following meals, right, I'm going to have some protein, I'm going to have some veggies, I'm going to have a bit of what I fancy on there as well. Like chips, pasta, pizza, whatever, cheese sandwich, whatever, okay? But don't replace your veggies, your protein, your fruit with all the fancy stuff all the time, okay? It's going to make you feel terrible. So what I try and do, like I said, is add in. So for example, let's do breakfast, okay? Always try and set myself up with either eggs, fruit, yogurt, but you bet your bottom dollar there is going to be some sort of pastry on my breakfast, because that for me is the highlight of my day. It is. The pastry display, that's heaven to me, okay? Even more so now I'm pregnant, but it was anyway. So, but I would never just have for my breakfast a croissant and jam, or, because number one, that wouldn't fill me up and I'd be hungry an hour later, okay? Number two, I'm very big on nutrition. Like, I want healthy nutrition. I want to be able to go for a poo. You know, I don't want to feel bloated and lethargic. So that is why for my breakfast, I'll always have what I would normally have at home: fruit, yogurt, eggs, and then I have a pastry after, because I'm adding in, not taking away. Okay? Same with lunch. Same with lunches. Is that, for me as well, I don't know if you feel like this or not, heat doesn't make me want to eat a lot. So if I'm on holiday in the heat, I do normally go for a salad. Because I try and think protein and veggies, because I know then I'm probably going to have a bigger meal at evening time, because it's cooler, and you're sitting down longer, aren't you? You're enjoying the meal. It's more of an experience. So yeah, for me, I do eat a little bit lighter, but again, I try and just stick to, you know, the fresh protein. Like on the menu, is there a salad on there? Is there some fish and vegetables on there? Try and get the protein in, try and get the veggies in. If they put the bread basket down, great. I'll have some bread with it as well. Thank you. And butter. Because we're adding in, not taking away. Okay? So try and keep that mentality around your food, first of all, of add in, don't replace, okay? That is going to keep you regular, is the word that just come in my head then. Regular on the toilet, but also when you get home and you go back to eating your fruit, your protein, your veggies, it's not going to be so much of a shock to the system, okay? Right, water break. God, I feel like this is one of the most terrible episodes I've ever done. I'm so sorry, guys. Right. Next one on food then. 2-to-1 method. I'm just gonna clear this up. Clients listening to this would have heard this before. Avid podcast listeners would have heard this 2-to-1 method before, okay? Talk about it a lot of like social occasions. So when we're on holiday, if you want to be a little bit more health conscious, 2-to-1 is your meal ratio, okay? 2 meals, you want to be sort of like health driven. 1 meal can be luxury, okay? So, for example, I would recommend, I've just sort of said it then really, and I do this probably quite naturally. My 2-to-1 method on holiday is breakfast tends to be pretty much what I'd have at home, but obviously a lot nicer if a chef's cooking it. Lunch tends to be salad and protein, and then my evening meal is my luxurious one. You know, whatever that may be, pizza, pasta, I don't know, whatever you eat. I can't, it's too hot to think. But your luxurious meal that you eat on the menu that you think, I want that. The second, you know, your first thought is, that's what I want off the menu, not what's the best thing for me on the menu, you know? So the 2-to-1 method can be really, really powerful. And the reason that I recommend that you definitely do it at breakfast or lunch is because we have more willpower. If you say to yourself, I'm going to do 2-to-1 method, but I'm actually going to choose a healthy dinner. I'm going to have a massive breakfast. I'm going to have cheeseburger, hot dog for my lunch, and then I'll have a salad for my tea. The likelihood of you having 3 salads for your tea is very minimal. Just to do with willpower, time of day, you know, all of that. So if you're going to do the 2-to-1, I would recommend you do breakfast and lunch and enjoy your evening meal a little bit more luxurious, okay? Again, good way to be health driven, to find that balance on holiday without pressing the fucking button. Okay, where are we? Alcohol. So we've covered food, okay? Alcohol now, we know, is empty calories. But if you're like me, I drink more on holiday than I do at home. You know, it comes down to like lifestyle factor as well. Like, you're not getting up for work, you haven't really got anything to do in the day. You might be all inclusive with a drinks package in there. You might enjoy having some wine for your lunch, some wine for your dinner. You might not necessarily go mad. You might go out for an evening and there's some lovely cocktail menus. Alcohol, I feel like it is a big but it can be a big part of people's holidays, okay? If you enjoy your drink and, you know, like what you do the next morning, you get up and you get in the pool. You know, it's especially like how I remember holidays and stuff. Alcohol was a big part of it. So I'm just going to touch on it. There's definitely better now. So again, just referencing back to me and Oz, we went to Lanzarote this year. In January, obviously I just found out I was pregnant, so I wasn't drinking. Ollie didn't drink with me. We had a lovely time. And I think it was a really big eye-opener for us that actually you don't need to bevy when you're on holiday and you can still have an awesome time. I would love to say I came back and felt great, but it didn't. Came back and felt like absolute shit. And it was nothing to do with the not drinking, it was the fact that I was pregnant. So I feel like I really didn't reap the benefits of doing a dry holiday. But you can do it, and you know, there are a lot of like accommodating things with zero alcohol and stuff now. But for those of us that like a bevy, let's get into it. Alcohol is probably the biggest thing that's gonna pull you from feeling good and healthy to not feeling good and healthy. I'm not going into the ins and outs of alcohol. I've done a whole episode about 3 weeks ago on the effects of alcohol. Go and listen to that. But in a nutshell, it does nothing for us. Nothing positive for us, okay? Apart from taste nice, make us feel merry for 10 minutes, and then we just feel a little bit woozy and drunk. That's my journey of alcohol anyway, my timeline. So we have to remember, first and foremost, it's empty calories. So even with you chilling by the pool all day, it's going to be very easy to knock up well over 1,000 calories with little beers, little wines, little cocktails, and not even realising. Then you get a shower, then you go out for the evening, and then you drink more. It is so easy to go over, I reckon, 2,000, 3,000 calories a day on alcohol without even trying that hard. So if you think, and that's not even touching on food, so let's just call it 2,000 calories on alcohol, right? Over 7 days, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10,000 calories. That is where you're going to really see, oh crikey, when you come home. That's been a bit rogue for me, that. Like, I'm not feeling my best self. I'm feeling very bloated around my stomach. That's where you're going to feel it from probably from the alcohol, because we've covered the food. We've covered being active. Very easy things to just slightly change. What we need to remember, like I said, about alcohol is, number one, empty calories. So here's what we can do. Be selective. Okay? If you're used to going on holiday, like I said, you have your breakfast, it's 11 o'clock, you start bevying, okay? If you love that, that's fine. The first thing, it's not fine, because it's going to make you feel like shit if you do it every day. So my advice is going to be selective and don't do it every day. And do it maybe every other day if you want to, okay? But even doing it every other day is going to help you massively reduce. Second thing, be selective with your drink options, okay? So think about, do I have a pina colada and 5 of them in the afternoon, or do I have something lighter like a white wine spritzer? 5 is a lot, isn't it? But yeah, you get my drift, okay? You know, alternate between the creamy sugary cocktails and a shandy, you know? Being a little bit selective, being a little bit savvy, small changes. It's not about abstaining from alcohol or going all in. The small changes will absolutely help you, okay? Be hydrated. So balancing alcohol and make sure you're drinking your water at the same time. That bloatedness, that lethargicness is going to come because you're obviously in heat, you're dehydrating anyway, and then you're topping up, not with water, but with alcohol. So you're going to dehydrate yourself even more. Okay, so just make sure you're balancing your alcohol with your water, okay? But I just want to be dead clear, girls, I'm not telling you you cannot drink on holiday. I'm telling you, if you want to go on holiday and not go 10 steps backwards, and it's all about moving up the spectrum, okay? It's not about doing all or nothing. As we always say, we don't want to be doing all or nothing. But at the moment, I think the majority of us go on holiday with that attitude of, I put my all into the last 12 weeks, I'm now going to do nothing for a week. But then it's the repercussion of coming home and feeling like, why did I do that? Now I feel like shit. Now I've done all my hard work. Whereas what I've just covered in here is that actually, if first and foremost, set your mindset up that you're not going to do that. You're not going to do all or nothing. You can go on holiday and find that balance and have these little habits that are going to help you stay healthy. You can choose to be active, choose to increase that movement a little bit than you normally would, because I promise you, there's none of my clients have ever improved their activity level or increase your activity level and said, I felt terrible doing that, they've all said, I felt so much better. Because we're saying add in activity. We're not saying take out your sunbathing and don't do that. We're saying just add in a little bit before you do all your sunbathing all day. And the same with the food. Be selective. You've got the 2-to-1 method. You know, add in. You have your protein, have your veggies, but add in whatever you fancy because you are on holiday, and that's absolutely fine. And the last thing with alcohol, being selective with how much we drink. Make sure we're adding that water in, being selective with them drinks. And again, it's just remembering, I am not here to make the choice for anyone, but it's remembering that the likelihood is alcohol is going to play the biggest factor in you coming home feeling like shit. Guarantee you. Okay? So if that's the case, being selective and making them better choices with alcohol, and, you know, maybe saying, well, actually today, rather than starting drinking at 1, I'm actually just going to save myself till the night. That little choice is going to have such a profound difference on your holiday and how you feel when you come back. The last point I want to cover is just relax and chill, okay? I say this phrase a lot with my clients, luxury versus lifestyle. You going on holiday and eating different foods and drinking different drinks, like that's such for a short amount of time. That's not your lifestyle, that's your luxury choice. And, you know, we don't go to work and save all our hard money to go on holiday, to be worried about it, to be stressed about it. We can absolutely go on holiday and choose to make little healthy add-ons that are going to see us come back from holiday relaxed, refreshed, rather than go on holiday, press the fucking button, stuff we're probably just in habit of doing, we don't really want to do, and then come back and feel like we need another holiday. Because are we achieving what we've set out to achieve there? Probably not. So I hope this episode has helped you just have food for thought on holiday. I didn't want this episode to be a dictatorship of do this and don't do that. I want to give you the autonomy that you now know you don't have to go on holiday and come back feeling like crap. There are small things that we can do, and that actually I follow a lot of them. I go on holiday. I like to eat different foods. I like to have a few drinks. You know, I like to have a little change of routine, but I still keep my health at the forefront, my nutrition at the forefront, because also a holiday is exactly that. I want to come back and feel like I've had a holiday. So hopefully this episode can help you do that too. Sorry for all the ups and downs and the out of breathness, guys, but here we are. It is what it is. I will see you hopefully next week. And as always, if you did find this episode helpful, please do let me know by giving me a 5-star rating or dropping me a message on Instagram @_em.powered, and I will see you next week.